We begin with developing news this evening. The deputy director of Governor Maura Healey's Western Massachusetts office has been arrested and charged with drug trafficking. Thanks for joining us for Western Mass News at 6 on this Wednesday. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Amanda Martin Ryan. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us live in studio with the latest information on this case. Addie.
That's right, Chris and Amanda. 45-year-old LaMar Cook of Springfield was arrested yesterday. He's also been fired by the Healey administration. Today, authorities have seized several packages from Cook that contained a combined total of approximately 21 kilograms of suspected cocaine. That's equivalent to 46 pounds. Among the packages, 2 of them were intercepted at Hotel UMass in Amherst back on October 10th, a hotel where Cook was the former director of hospitality. Then this past Saturday, authorities say 8 kilograms of the suspected drug were intercepted at the state office building on Dwight Street in Springfield, where Cook worked. According to several recovery centers, the street value of all the suspected cocaine that's been seized could range from nearly $600,000 to more than $1 million. A search warrant has now been executed on Cook's former office space. Western Mass News was inside the courtroom today during Cook's arraignment, where prosecutors asked to set a bond at $50,000. The judge agreeing to a $25,000 bond without prejudice, with Cook being held without the right to bail until his court hearing this Friday.
We're looking forward just to getting some good facts out there and getting this gentleman back home with his family.
Governor Healey's office sharing a statement with Western Mass News about the recent arrest, saying in part, "The conduct that occurred here is unacceptable and represents a major breach of the public trust. Mr. Cook has been terminated from his position effective immediately. This criminal investigation is ongoing, and our administration will work with law enforcement to assist them in their work." In addition to drug trafficking, Cook now also faces charges of carrying a gun and ammunition without a license and driving without a license. Coming up later tonight on Western Mass News, we'll take a deeper dive into Cook's case. Reporting live in studio, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.